Welcome to the Gleeful Meeple, a board game community that's your community too, no matter where you are. In this episode, we one-shot our way into TTRPGs. We raise the ocean floor for resources in this week's game of the show, Aquatica. And you, the Gleeples, get to play along as the hosts get put in the hot seat with this week's game challenge. 5 friends gather in a local pub to share their stories of gaming wins and gaming woes. A stranger approaches the table and wants to make a request. What do you do?
What do you do?
Roll for initiative.
That's right. Thank you.
I cast Fireball.
I would introduce myself. Hi, my name's Emily.
Hey,
Nice.
I'm JK.
I'm Adam.
Hey, Dwayne's here.
And this is James, and I have a special riddle for you to get this started, guys.
Riddle.
It involves math.
Oh,
I hope you like math.
well, Emily went to
2 is
math
chair.
school, so
I-
we're
Okay, JK. Again, Emily and I went to the same high school. It was not a math high school.
It was an academic magnet school.
See, I always remember it, but well, and this
Don't-
could have been the
don't
10 years
magnet.
between
20 years
us. But I
apart.
remember it
10?
being a literature. Did I say 2010? Yeah,
It's
20,
not a
2010?
math school. We already determined that.
Don't magnets require the use of math?
I don't
Oh, my
know.
word.
No, I don't think so. But can we make 1020 the new 6-7? No?
Oh, God, no.
Okay.
So this riddle.
So, 10 divided by x is how I measure death. 2 feet by 4 feet equals 64 cubic feet. 500 pounds equals 15. What am I?
Can you say that again?
10 divided by x is how I measure death. 2 feet by 4 feet equals 64 cubic feet. 500 pounds equals 15 pounds. What am I?
False.
All right.
Not in this world.
Maybe we make this a co-op game and work together.
Right.
Economy of scale in a battle mat.
Give me the last, or give us all the last phrase again.
The last phrase?
Just the
Yeah.
math elements.
That's everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of math.
Literally
So-
everything.
Okay, Adam's
Okay.
going to write things down.
So I feel like this is a
gonna
game
work
that
this.
has 10
gonna
lives.
work this out.
Because 10x.
10
X
times
equal-
x.
Oh, well. Okay, sorry, continue.
No, I'm sorry. 10 divided by x
10 divided by x.
is how I measure death.
Okay, let's stop there.
So I feel like it would be
multiply
10
both
lives.
sides by 10, so we get x equals 10 death.
Oh, no. This is going well.
He's not wrong.
You're not wrong, yeah. But I don't know that this helps us.
Okay, that's fair.
And then the next line,
2 feet by 4 feet.
2 by 4.
2 by 4 equals 64 cubic feet.
I don't think that math's right.
500 pounds equals 15 pounds.
Okay, so that's interesting.
500
I like
pounds equals
that.
15 pounds?
That's right.
So, hold on. Pounds can be two things, though. Pounds can be a
Money.
monetary unit.
Nope, it means pounds. I'm going to stop you right
Oh, wait,
there.
okay, but you said it means pounds. Do you mean weight
Weight.
pounds? Okay.
500 pounds equals 15 pounds. So 500 equals 15.
And 2 feet by 4 feet equals 64 cubic feet.
So I know we're doing a little bit of a different theme episode today. Is
2
this
by 4.
is the answer still a board game?
Do you want clues?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I phone a friend?
The answer is not a board game.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
What am I was the question.
What am I?
And it's not a board game.
We are on theme for today's episode.
Like a grid map, grid system, a traveler's
I thought
backpack.
these were given away, you guys.
Wow,
Oh my God.
yeah, you may have stumped the crew on this, which is unfortunate because we actually have an extra sweet brain.
We
today.
do. That's why I'm so surprised.
2 by 4 is 64 cubic feet.
I don't know, y'all. I feel like I don't even have any.
I already feel dumb. And it's not even your game challenge yet.
I have no idea.
And it's on theme. So
It is on theme.
It's got to be about a role-playing game.
Come on, Adam.
Can we talk this out with you? Will you help?
I will. Yes, I will help. You talk it out. You talk it out.
10 divided by X is death.
Is how I measure death.
Okay.
That's how you measure death.
How you measure death. 10 divided by X equals death.
Is it okay? Is it about a specific role-playing game?
Yeah, I would say that.
Okay. Is it about Dungeons and Dragons?
It is about Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you a little secret. Dungeons and Dragons is the system I might know the least about, but I run the most often. I know. I actually don't like fantasy that much, but everyone wants to play Dungeons and Dragons, so I just run it.
Does it?
If I'm alive, 10 divided by X equals my death.
Your hit
points?
No. Okay, I'll read out nobody look at my computer if you can see it.
Fine.
Breathing creatures inside the X can survive up to a number of minutes equal to 10 divided by the number of creatures.
So
after which time they begin to suffocate.
Is this an item from D&D?
It is.
Okay. Is this a well-known
Oh
item
my God,
from
it's
D&D?
Fireball. It's Fireball.
No,
No,
Fireball's
it is
not an
not.
item. Fireball's a
It's
spell.
Oh, it's an item. Sorry,
Come
I
on,
missed that.
track with
Sorry.
me.
Sorry.
It's an item.
This is a well-known item from D&D.
It is.
And okay.
That has actual measurements, even though you think
Does it have
wouldn't.
actual measurements?
does.
Is it a
Okay.
what are
portable
the-
hole?
Sort of. I think
Sort
you're on
of.
the right track.
You're on the right track.
Oh, like a bag of holding?
It is a bag of holding. Emily.
Let's
So
go.
a bag of holding is actually 2 feet in diameter at the mouth and roughly 4 feet deep.
Okay.
It can hold up to 500 pounds and not exceed 64 cubic feet.
Nice.
The bag itself
Weighs
weighs
15.
15 pounds, regardless
Yes.
of its contents. And then if you're a creature inside of it, the amount of time you have to breathe equals 10 divided by the number of creatures, minimum of 1 minute.
I didn't know
That's
that you could suffocate a
crazy.
creature in a bag of holding.
Yes,
I
you
learned
can.
that today.
Stuff it full of creatures.
I learned that today.
I think
have a-
you're
I
our
have a
most
new
experienced
idea.
D&D player at the table. I'm a little disappointed you get that
I
faster.
had no idea where he was going conceptually. So
All right, fair. I'm going to give you a pass then. I
Riddles on
guess.
the other end always make more sense.
yeah. So, going back to season 1, we had a call-in episode where one of our callers asked when we were going to talk about RPGs, and we pretty adamantly said that's not our wheelhouse. So
JK, what happened to our call-in episodes? Why don't we do those
we
anymore?
disconnected the phone line.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
There were too many
The
calls.
Glee
It was
phone.
just-
Yeah, we had
The
Picking us
phone
up
bill
at
was
midnight,
too high.
morning.
it was astronomical.
So
Yeah.
a guy named Adam kept leaving us voicemails. And
We were pretty
I never
adamant.
stopped.
We were pretty adamant and said we're not going to talk
Nice.
about RPGs because it's not our thing. But this is season 3, and season 3 is breaking all the rules. So
And
guess
time
what
has
we're doing
passed.
Time has passed.
today? Yeah, we just played an RPG today.
We did.
Well, and also, JK, that was kind of a weird place to go to because I know you play RPGs. I play them occasionally, but what's most interesting is since we've had that episode, Emily has really gotten into them.
It's true.
I think we've all grown a little bit. We've become a little older, a little wiser about RPGs.
what's an RPG?
Role-playing game.
Otherwise known as TTRPG for tabletop role-playing game.
Hey, that reminds me. Can I ask a quick question? Well, too late because
No.
I'm going to do it
Yes.
anyway. When people say tabletop gaming, to me that just means either RPG or board game. It is to me that is not video.
And then
games,
you have to
right?
use
Correct.
the rest of your context clues to
yes.
figure out what they're talking
But
about.
there are video game RPGs such as Pokemon, Fantasy Flight. Oh my gosh, Final Fantasy.
Now,
Right.
Would
Right.
LARPing be a TTRPG?
Oh, absolutely
No.
no. I
LARPing
think it
is
is
not.
not.
LARPing is a live action
I mean,
RPG.
if you get
Yeah.
10 people on a table and they're all,
Also, LARP is a fun word to say. Very good. I would not LARP myself, but I might want to LARP just so I can go around telling people.
yeah,
how I
tabletop
LARP.
gaming is board gaming, it's RPGs, it's war gaming, it's miniature gaming, it's all of that.
Crokinole.
Yeah.
It's a tabletop game.
It is very interesting that RPG can cross 2 or 3 kind of worlds, whereas like if you talk about a board game, it is only in person. Yes, there is a board game simulator, but it still is playing a board game.
And I really like cons that talk about digital gaming versus analog gaming, because that I know those are 2 distinct broad categories that I can get behind.
Very much so.
Looking back on your experiences with RPGs, what stands out to you? What has been your most favorite event or favorite game that you played?
I'm gonna go first, because like when we were planning the show, just to show how the sausage is made, I was like, hey, let's have one quick story. So just recently I was at somebody's birthday where some dude came in. I'm not gonna give names because I'm gonna give a lot of information. Some dude came in and was like, hey, I've got what's the new Marvel
Marvel
system?
Multiverse RPG.
Thank you. He was like, hey, I've got this for us and I can run X-Men 97 characters. I was like, that's what I want to do. Who do you want to play? And I wanted to play Rogue mostly so I could say the phrase, I'm more nervous than a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocket chairs. But somebody grabbed Rogue and I was like, who else?
Gambit, of course.
Who else can I play the most? Jubilee was available.
Oh, you're right. No.
Hey, listen, everybody, I need you to know, a 90s teenage girl is the role I was born to play, baby. I was nailing that character. I had the best time. So that, although it was the most recent role-playing adventure for me, it was also one I had the most fun at.
What's weird is he had a yellow raincoat ready to go.
I sure did.
But that was his Pennywise costume.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
No, that was my Georgie Denborough costume.
Georgie.
Yes.
I have no old favorite RPG memory.
You have one now.
I have one now. Well, so I mean, I guess I can kind of take that back. I mean, I played a long time ago in, God, it's got to be 3.5, probably. That was early 2000s, probably, right? 3.5? D&D 3.5?
It might have been 4E. It's either 3.5 or 4E.
It would have been in the early 2000s. I was in a campaign for probably about 6 sessions or so.
I know 5E came out in 2015. Outside of that, I'm fuzzy on the years.
Oh, okay.
Also, even though it was that year, it could have been any of the older editions, just
Sure.
depending on what was happening.
It might be 2014. Anyway.
And all I remember, my favorite thing was I specifically chose a halfling bard, because if you know me in person,
That's a little on point.
Yeah, it's a little on point. So at this point, it's just it feels like a memory of a memory, but it was fun playing a caricature of myself in a sense. So, but I don't remember much about the campaign. It was so long ago.
Probably mine is going to be mid to late 80s, the original TSR version of the Marvel superheroes role-playing game.
Yes, absolutely.
Great structure to that game. The way they built the powers out inside the game and how they interacted was fantastic. Game went out of print, has not come back since. I'm grateful there is now a new Marvel game that's out that's not bad, because there really hasn't been a good superhero role-playing game since that, in my opinion.
Yeah, that one was really solid because the source books, there was so much background information for whatever you wanted to build in that system. It was really good.
So that's what I think I've talked about it on the podcast before, but my first foray into D&D was doing some one-shots at Gen Con a couple years back. And one of my favorite stories is, so it's me and a bunch of other newbies. We had found an NPC, like a non-playable character in town. We paid him money to watch our horses for the evening. And then we convinced him to come with us on the journey. And so he was in that final combat with us. Mm-hmm. And at one moment, a harpy, we called him Todd. The harpy grabs Todd and lifts him up 10 feet into the air. And some check was failed. And Todd just crashes down, and the whole table is just terrified. We're like, no, we can't lose Todd. And it's just a bunch of strangers rallying around a character that's no one is playing or the DM really. And Todd survived to live to tell the tale.
It was a 10-foot fall. If Todd couldn't survive that, he kind of deserves to go on.
But yeah, it was great. Almost brought me to tears.
So I had sparse RPG experiences before 2020. I had a high school one that went really badly, and then I had a couple one shots here and there that were fun. 2020 happened. I'm a huge extrovert, as most people know, and I was not doing great. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to run games online, and that's how I'm going to get through this pandemic. Mm-hmm. My second time as a game master ever, I was running Call of Cthulhu. And the players in Call of Cthulhu, you're just a squishy human. You're not a demigod. We'll get more into that later. But the players had to climb down this area, and they all kept failing their climb rolls, even with a rope. And the amount of damage this fall did, I almost had a TPK in the first 5 minutes of me being a GM
from climbing a ladder,
from climbing down a cliff.
As a player, I've had that experience too. So
I will never forget that as long as I live.
So when we're talking about role-playing games, certainly the granddaddy system of them all is Dungeons & Dragons, which came out late 70s, early 80s, has gone through numerous iterations, and is now still probably the most prevalent role-playing game on the planet.
I'm going to count as you as the expert at the table. Was D&D truly the first RPG, or was it just the first one that caught attention?
That's definitely the case. I don't know that it's necessarily the first, but it was the one that got the mainstream appeal for sure. As a listener out there, if you're listening to this and going, I could care less about going through a dungeon and killing dragons and being a wizard and all that, to say that Dungeons and Dragons is the bulk of the RPG world is a huge misnomer. There are many different systems, many different games, thematic rule systems, platforms, bunch of different ways you can go. So let's kind of dive into that a little bit. What other systems are out there other than Dungeons and Dragons that might be really interesting systems for people to try?
Well, and I think you bring up a good point, just because I always go back to this idea. A few years ago, I read a comic book for Free Comic Book Day that was like, you name what you like and I can find a comic book that you'll be into. And I think RPGs are so diverse because people always think Dungeons and Dragons, but there is a flavor of, I think there's a flavor of RPG for everyone. We need to know what you like, and we can, between the five of us, we can probably guide you to something good.
I believe Dungeons and Dragons came out in 1974.
In that neighborhood.
But it really hit its stride, I think, in the 80s. Yeah. And it has a resurgence thanks to Stranger Things and Mark Mercer. And
it's been ungeeked.
Matt Mercer.
Matt Mercer.
Critical
Role, yeah. And Penny Arcade and Acquisitions Incorporated is kind of up, not as big, but popular too.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that's helped have the resurgence in it. But to your point, my favorite is Call of Cthulhu because it touches on the H.P. Lovecraft universe. If anyone listened to the last podcast I'm in, I'm very into that world. You're playing a regular everyday human who has just been thrusted into an impossible situation. You're probably not going to survive. And if you do, you're probably not going to be the most sane person that ever existed anymore. And it kind of explores what you would do if you were thrust into that situation rather than I'm a barbarian, so I'm just going to run straight at the dragon.
Are you essentially the investigators when you're playing that game?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So in that game, the game master is called the Keeper of the Arcane Lore, and the players are called investigators.
So if someone was into, they're very noirish, right?
Very much so.
So if someone was into 30s or 40s hard-boiled detective kind of stuff, that is probably where I would lead them to.
Most of the Call of Cthulhu's are set in the 20s, and they can be brought up to modern times. In fact, I just backed one that is set in the modern times, which is very interesting. I'm excited to play. Not going to give any spoilers about what it's about. It's very much that time period where information is slow. People don't really believe that you saw what you saw, right?
Okay. Yeah. Well, and to that point, if people are into that, but maybe the time period isn't right for them, I would recommend The King in Yellow, which is a Lovecraft adjacent kind of role-playing game. But the source books are set in 4 different time periods. So you can literally go back to the 20s all the way through postmodern times, depending on what setting your players want to play in.
With the 7th edition of the game that Chaosium has come out with, there are kind of guidelines of how to bring it up to date if you wanted to play in a modern setting or in a 50s. There are some offshoots as well. Modifius has one that's called Achtung Cthulhu, which is set in World War II.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's very interesting to bring in that World War II aspect. Like I said, there's the modern aspects, and then there's kind of a Wild West module that you can run. There's all sorts of
that would
ways.
be fun. I've never seen it kind of go back that in time that far. I like the ideas of a Happy Days Cthulhu, though, in the 50s. That could be fun, too.
There's also one called Cthulhu by Gaslight that's based in Victorian England. So there's a lot. You can bring that... because you're playing a regular everyday human,
you can move the tone into any situation.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Whereas if you brought a barbarian rogue into today, it'd be a little weird.
Yeah.
Oh, they'd be freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be a little weird.
Yeah, it would be hard for them. I'd feel sorry for them. It's a good fish out of water story, but
Yeah. Well, and I could talk about Call of Cthulhu all day. That is my probably favorite of the system. It does run on a percentile dice, which I like a little bit better as far as progression goes. But
does that mean you're only rolling d10s in that?
For your skills? Okay, so just high level of the skills, you roll a percentile dice.
Okay.
And you are trying to get below what your skill is. So
Yeah,
if you
absolutely.
are 40% proficient in linguistics
Mm-hmm.
and you are trying to write a paper. I don't know. I'm just trying to make something up here.
Yeah.
You're trying to write a paper. You want to hit under that. They also have a hard and extreme success built into the system. So if you hit 1/5 of your percentile, you have an extreme success, which is you've done very, very well, and you always get some kind of benefit for it. So I think that's really neat of how that's built into the system. There's also an automatic fail and an automatic pass with a 1 and a 100. But that's, without getting too granular into
right?
it. Yeah.
Well, and I think that's one of the interesting things about tabletop role playing games. In the same way that there's lots of different themes and IPs that you can dig into that might be your jam. If you don't like rolling a lot of dice, there's role-playing game systems that don't use dice. Or if you don't like a whole bunch of luck, they use dice, but in a different, unique way, like this percentile system. Yeah. Like there's so many different systems that these role-playing games are built on that not only can you find a theme that works for you, but also a style of play.
Yes.
That doesn't annoy you, right? If you hate failing because of luck of the dice, that there is a role-playing game out there that is less lucky that will fit that need.
Sure.
We've touched on it a little bit with the Marvel. It is a newer system. It was built in-house by Marvel for the multiverse role-playing game. They call it the D616 system. And because 616 is the prime universe for the Marvel.
Do you know where they got that from?
It's the year and the month that Fantastic Four was first published.
That is not correct.
Oh,
No,
nerd fail.
It is the street address for Marvel Studios.
Is it really?
In New York City.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, there you go. I did not know that. They have they have 3 dice. 2 of them are the same color. 1 is a separate color. If you buy the proprietary dice, it has the Marvel symbol stamped into it. That dice counts as a 6 on the 1 and the 6. They call it the Marvel dice. If you roll that Marvel symbol, not only does it count as a 6 on your roll, it is a fantastic success, so you get some kind of advantage during the roll. If it's during combat, you generally deal twice as much damage. If you get a 616, that is a 6 on the 2 same color dice and the Marvel symbol, then you get a ultimate fantastic success. You get triple damage in combat, or you get something very good in the future. If you fail and get the Marvel symbol, you get a fantastic failure, meaning you failed, but kind of situation. What I like about that system is that you roll those 3 dice, you add your multiplier for whatever skill you're trying to do. So if it's a strength test, you add your +5 for strength, add the 3 dice with it. That's whether you succeeded or failed. The Marvel dice is also your damage, which has a multiplier. So if it's +5 strength and ×4, then you have passed, and if you rolled a 6, it's 6 times 4. That's the damage you've done. So you don't have to think, okay, I've succeeded. Now which dice do I have for my damage? Okay, I've got to find my D4 and my D8. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, this is the wrong weapon, so I'm actually rolling a D10 and a D. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just you make this one roll, you pass, great. You've already rolled your damage. Let's go on.
Now, it's funny. At the very end there, you're like, you make this one roll. If you pass, you make your damage, you're great. But everything leading up to that sounded like a whole bunch of math. And so I want to speak to that from, if you're listening and you're not a role-playing game person, and you're like, I just heard a bunch of numbers. I heard this times this and this times this. And I'm like, that's why I don't play RPGs. I'm going to come back around to that just a little bit later in our conversation. But a little preview of what my thoughts are on that. I promise you, it's not as complicated as it seems, but at the same time, there is something to be said for, if you're going to play and get into RPGs, having some experience with them, giving it some time to have some experience is worth it, right? Giving it a few sessions in so you can start to internalize some of these things. Because it really isn't complicated, but it does take some internalizing.
in the 90s, I got into a RPG system called World of Darkness, which at the time was published by White Wolf. I don't know if they're still the license holders on that, but
it's hard to say these days.
Their primary game that they focused on was called Vampire the Masquerade, and then they added one later that was Werewolf the Apocalypse.
Yep.
I think they expanded into fairies and mages and such, but
I believe Renegade owns that now.
is it?
I think a new thing just came out recently.
Yeah,
for it.
they
I think
kind of
Renegade
rebooted
Studio
it.
owns it.
The main idea behind this game was that, yes, you're a vampire and you are vastly more powerful than a human, but vampire society, in terms of numbers, much smaller than humanity. And if you ever were exposed to humanity, you would be overrun. They would kill you. So a lot of the game was based on subtlety. There was very little combat. There was very little, to do in the game other than kind of political intrigue, negotiating back and forth. I got into playing this as a live action RPG, and it blew my mind. We played on Ohio State's campus.
Yeah.
And one of the primary rules, if you're a vampire, is you cannot violate the masquerade. You can't use your powers in public. So, one, you're playing live action. You're moving around this campus and playing this game. There was no dice. There was nothing. If you ever had a conflict that needed to be resolved, it was rock, paper, scissors.
Interesting.
And that
Easy.
determined the outcome.
I love it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. And for some reason, I feel like Vampire the Masquerade lends itself to live action role playing better than a lot of systems, because most people I know who play Vampire, it is live action.
Yeah.
There's still a group here in Nashville that's pretty active, actually.
When I first moved to Nashville, I tried one session with them, and it was fine.
Yeah.
I think I was really, really lucky when I played it in Columbus. One of the guys that led the group in Columbus was one of the authors of the system. So we were right there, like play testing things, doing all sorts of fun stuff. It was great. And then here it was just fans, which it was fine.
James,
Before we move too far away, I kind of want to touch on Marvel real quick. Just one more thing, thought. I like the simplicity of you're just rolling 3 dice and then you're using your sheet to multiply of them. It does get very crunchy when you're trying to use the superhero's powers. So the rules are really simple, but the powers are crunchy. And it also, of course, has Marvel power behind it. And it also has a multiverse factor, so you can have like 10 different Spider-Mans on the same table. But
too many Spider-Man. Oops, all Spider-Man.
all Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
James, going back to what you were saying about, like, if you've never played a role-playing game, I just came across a TikTok that I love, and it is Deborah Ann War, who played Karen Allen?
True Blood. And she was in True Blood, and she was in Daredevil.
She was in Daredevil,
Yeah.
and she was doing she was talking to John Berthenol, who played Punisher.
She also, by the way, does a lot of game night
She is a
episodes on Board Game
huge.
Geek.
She is a huge RPGer, huge gamer. John Berthenol,
She's one of us.
unfamiliar with it, and so she was trying to explain it to him real simple. And she's like, "It's just storytelling." So, like, for instance, you're in a woods, you hear a rumbling in a bush. What do you do? And he instantly was like, "What? I want to see what's going on in the bush." And she's like, "Great, roll a perception check," and instantly, like just in a few moments, was able to show him what role playing really was without without the geek kind of
Overwhelmingness
of it. And it's like, at its heart, that's all it is. It's storytelling
Literally
with
brought to its
dice
core,
determining the success or fail of any action that you want to do. That's a little complicated.
That's one of the things I've really appreciated about like getting into role playing games, because that's not like, I think like, especially getting into RPGs as an adult, like it's like I feel like I lost some of that like creativity, lost some of that like to come up with those stories
Right.
myself. And so then with like the interaction of like the group play experience, and when you have a really good DM and like just some creative people, it's a lot easier to like riff off of each other.
Yeah.
And that's why like RPGs, like D&D has been a form of like play therapy.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
1,000%.
Yeah.
And
I'm so glad you brought that up, Emily, because D&D has become huge in the therapy
Yeah.
realm. Hi, Dwayne here. My wife is a therapist,
Yes,
so I have attended several therapy conventions. They have groups of therapists to learning and training people how to use D&D in therapy, because it is extremely helpful. And it's when you get that kind of knowledge of your patients, it gives you some insight that they might not
Exactly.
always be kind
Even aware of themselves.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Because that's how I saw a post where someone was like, "Help! My therapist asked me about my D&D character's backstory, and they instantly identified all of my insecurities in life."
And that's one of the fun things with RPGs too, is depending on your group, depending on your comfort level, you can either just sit and play the mechanics of the game, or you can be your character.
Yeah.
You can assign them a history, give them an accent, give them a personality. I played at a campaign at one point where I was a fairly neutral thief type guy, but I inadvertently killed a small child through the actions of our play. Didn't mean to.
Yeah.
But our DM at that point said, okay, because of what you just did, you're evil.
Yeah.
And I kind of had to embrace a darker side and no longer think, well, I'm here for the good of this game.
Yeah.
And it's like, I am really kind of a corrupt guy now.
But was it an evil child? There are situations where that might be called for.
I was reckless around children.
Okay. Oh my God. Are you on a list now? Your character. Your character.
My character.
Going back to this idea of there is an RPG for everybody, because we've talked about
we've talked about
superheroes, we've talked about fantasy, we've talked about like 1920s horror, but there is a role-playing system called Fiasco, which is pretty much like write your own Coen Brothers movie. So it's modern setting, modern time period, modern settings. I've played one adventure where we were just employees at a mall and writing our own script. And the thing that is really interesting about Fiasco is it is DM-less. There is nobody leading the story. All the players lead the story. So like if it's JK's turn, JK, you have an option to either set the scene for me or you can resolve the scene. So if you choose to set the scene, you're like, all right, this is what me and maybe Emily's character is doing. But if you choose to resolve the scene, I set up the scene for you and you decide how the scene goes.
I go to the food court. There's someone at the food court with an AK-47.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, it can get that dark, but it's also more silly. Like, I guess this person treated me badly. Like maybe they had an affair with my wife, so I'm going to put them in the food court's trash compactor. I'm going to try to put their body in the food court's trash compactor.
This sounds like the parody Humans in Households. If you haven't watched that series, it's pretty funny.
It could be, but really, there's, that's kind of like a joke, but that's totally a legitimate. You could totally write that role playing game, right? It doesn't have to be fantasy. It can be just normal. It can be finding the funny in normal life,
for sure. And then outside of fantasy and horror, there's another horror game, Arkham Horror, which Fantasy Flight / Edge Studios has put out. That kind of feels like a board game mixed role play.
Yeah, we've played that. You and I did it.
Yeah.
You led an adventure of that for me.
I very much like it. If you're into the Arkham Files universe, you're going to love it. Yeah. It's very different from anything I've ever GM'd or played in an RPG realm. There's also countless sci-fi RPGs. Yeah. There have been 3 Star Wars RPGs. West End Games has come out with one. Wizards of the Coast came out with a D21. The most current one is Fantasy Flight / Edge / Asmodee's Star Wars proprietary game. I do want to touch on the West End for a second, because a lot of what we know as canon in the Star Wars universe was written by West End Games for the Star Wars game, Arabish included. They fleshed that out as a full alphabet, and that got included into the Star Wars universe. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. They also came out with a Ghostbusters RPG, if you're into that kind of thing.
West End?
Yeah,
yep. Ghostbusters International. You opened up your own Ghostbusters franchise. It was really kind of clever. I played that back in the 90s and really enjoyed it.
Both of those systems, the Star Wars and the Ghostbusters, are based on a D6 system. So again, we're looking at how different these systems can be. And Modiphius, I think I'm saying that right, has a Star Trek that they are still making content for that is based on their 2D20 system, which is a lot of fun. I have run that system.
To kind of put a bow on this discussion, so we spent today playing a starter set for Dungeons and Dragons, and starter sets for D&D have been around as long as the game has existed. Because of the success of Stranger Things, kind of leaning back into D&D, they have produced a Hellfire Club.
Welcome to the Hellfire Club.
Welcome to the Hellfire Club, which is a starter set for D&D that also has Stranger Things theming to it. And no spoilers here. It was fantastic.
It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
For those that don't know, Dungeons & Dragons just came out with an updated version to their 5e rules, which they call 2024, but let's be honest, it's 5.5. They came out with 2 starter sets. One is just a regular starter set, and then the Stranger Things one. I think both of those do a very good job teaching you the rules versus some of their old starter sets. I'm interested y'all's perspective that may have played some of those before. As a GM, I feel like it gave you guys better tools to like know what your characters do versus other starter sets.
What was really nice about this is everything is on your character sheet. Everything you really need to get through the adventure is on your character sheet, which has not been true. As somebody who has played starter sets going back decades, like that was not always true. It was still a lot of like, here's your character sheet, but you need to know this and this and this. And this one is awesome because like a lot of the more current starter sets, everything is right there in front of you.
I really, really enjoyed having the spell cards and the item cards.
The spell cards are a great idea.
It made it feel board gamey, actually, in a little sense.
There was
the
like
maps were amazing. Sorry,
you're good. Like a lot of tactile elements to this set, because I think of like the way they displayed it on Stranger Things and like the stories I hear from like my high school band director when he was playing like AD&D years ago. Of like they would just have sheets and sheets and sheets of notebook paper, and like there's this style of like theater of the mind kind of play where it's like it's all in memory or like written down stats and all that stuff. And so like this set was like really nice, made it feel very accessible. Loved seeing the stats, like loved just having everything at hand.
Yeah, I will say one thing on that would be nice for a non role play RPGer. Y'all got to it pretty fast. You can look at that sheet and just know what it all means. If I had that sheet a couple days ahead of time just to read over it, because there are a lot of things. When you have your character sheet, it's not just a few stats. There's a lot of traits. And
there is documentation.
Documentation. There's special powers only you have, and which can really matter when you need it in the moment. So
when you say that only you have, when you say that only you have, each class has their own set of skills that they have, and I think that's what you mean, right?
Yeah. Like little things like, hey, whenever you attack with this weapon, right, as long as you are master in it, it creates disadvantage for that enemy until the next person's, next enemy's turn or whatever it is, like that kind of stuff. I kept having to like flip back and forth to remind myself. It wasn't a lot, but if I had time to just kind of like look over this for a little while and then internalize it, it'd be helpful.
And I think that's kind of like the downside to doing like a one shot versus doing like a longer campaign where you really get to know the intimate details of your character, the story, the setting.
Because if we were doing a longer campaign, we would have probably created our own characters from the get-go. And so we would have had a much deeper knowledge of those characters, and we would have created their backstory ourselves.
I would have had much more time to come up with a more convincing Irish accent.
Irish, English, whatever.
Scottish, maybe.
It wasn't intimidating, but it was just, as someone who can't look at it and just understand keywords, understand phrases right off the bat, I'm having to learn it a lot. But to your point, JK, earlier, just not too long ago, about those really getting into the character of things. Like a small example of that is Emily was our rogue thief in our party, and so we're going through this dungeon as a group, trying to get through it together.
Trying to find a farmer's daughter.
Who grabbed all the treasure as soon as they could find it.
That were most likely the farmer's daughter's belongings.
And Emily was by herself over where the loot dropped. She just stuffed it into her pockets.
Emily,
and didn't share it with the team, right?
Were you rewarded for your good role playing?
Yeah.
We kind of got an inspiration token at one point, but that was, I think, more of Adam taking pity on that.
But truly, at the end of all of that, when we got any other rewards, like the stuff she stuffed in her pockets that none of us technically saw her do would have been her own, right? Because she's the rogue thief and she was playing her character. So it's that kind of mentality of like really, sticking or getting into the role.
I think one thing that's really fun about the Hellfire Club group, the campaign, is that we have two people that have finished the series, and we have two people that have either not watched it or not finished it, and everyone enjoyed this. So you had little Easter eggs that you could pick up on, but it was a great written scenario, even if you've never heard of Stranger Things.
Yeah,
I think it's definitely the pop culture element they add to it. It's another great hook to get people into Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep.
So
agreed.
If you are out there and you are considering RPGs, be aware that there are many platforms out there other than Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
If you do want to go Dungeons and Dragons, highly recommend checking out this Hellfire Club.
If I can make a point to that, JK, for my Anglophiles out there just looking at British things, role-playing games based on British properties, Doctor Who, Red Dwarf, The Prisoner, Discworld, all RPGs that you can, all worlds that you can play around in.
I didn't know there was a Red Dwarf RPG, and now I have to go buy
I will let you. It's a few years gone, but I will. I've got the book if you want to take a look at it. Yeah.
I'll leave you guys with this as an example of how fun RPGs can be. It's all about the storytelling. So we left this with, there was a moment in time where I had a flaming
javelin.
A flaming javelin.
Yeah. Without spoiling the game, we had a great plan to take out the big bad. It involved one player coming up with a flask of oil, another character coming up with a tinderbox to light a javelin on fire. All we had to do was connect with the javelin.
And it was 5 feet in front of me, and I missed. And that's just, we're gonna tell that story for a long time.
I mean, it was a lot of pressure to put on you. Let's be fair.
That's right. But RPGs are all about the story. So if you love great storytelling, give it a shot.
Go grab some friends, roll
Give
up
it a one
character.
shot?
Give it a one
Give
shot.
it one shot.
Give it one shot.
All right, Gleeples. So if you are a constant listener to the show, you might know that I haven't done this for a while, so this might be a little unusual. Also behind the scenes, we didn't talk about this, but boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Gleefuls of all ages, we are all together live for the first time.
Room.
It's been almost 6 months since we've done
Dwayne
this
right
together.
now.
I don't know whose fault that is, but anyway, we're going to give this a go.
I see the designer's name. Good luck.
Thank you. All right, Gleeples. This episode's game of the show was Aquatica. Aquatica was published in 2019. It was designed by Ivan Tuzovsky. It plays 1 to 4 players, so it's got a little solo mode on there if that's your jammy jam. It is at its best with 3, or most gleeful, as we like to say here, at 3 players. Plays in about 30 to 60 minutes. It's at a weight of 3.32 on BGG, so something you can introduce to...
2.32.
What did I say, 3? Yeah,
Yes.
I'm just saying
I
numbers
was
at
like,
random
there's
here.
no way it's a 3.
2, that's fair. It is a 2.32. JK, take it away and tell us about Aquatica.
Aquatica is a family-friendly engine-building game set in a vibrant underwater fantasy world where each player leads a sea kingdom seeking glory. On your turn, you typically play a character card from your hand to perform its listed actions, such as gaining resources, recruiting new characters, conquering locations, or advancing captured locations on your layered player board to unlock rewards, often chaining events together for powerful combos. The game's standard feature is this multi-layer board system where sliding location cards upward reveals increasing benefits and fuels your growing engine. With approachable rules and a light to moderate strategic depth, it offers an accessible yet satisfying blend of tactical card play and long-term planning. Under the sea, let's see how it be. That's Aquatica.
Man, what a cute game.
So I chose this one.
Yeah, you did.
You love this game, don't you?
chose this.
I do really like this game.
Because you introduced me to this game several years ago, and I think every play of this game I've had has been with you. Yeah.
It brings in a familiar mechanic with also kind of a brand new one that I've not seen used a lot elsewhere, which is just how you spend and gain resources, essentially. It's really interesting.
Which, holy cow, that took me forever to figure out online, because that's how we played it on our favorite board game playing website, Board Game Arena. But it was just about like 50% of the way through the game, something clicked, and I was like, oh, I remember how to play this now. Like I had refreshed my memory, but my one critique of the online implementation is that the highlights are not super like visible, like contrasting wise, because you're playing on a blue board, and then it's like whenever an action is available, it gave you like a purple highlight, and so it felt very like not obvious on a phone.
I would agree. I didn't enjoy the BGA implementation that much. There are a few ways I highlighted things that weren't great. It honestly really is a better play in person because of how the card tucking sliding mechanism works.
Yep, with you.
It's a 3-layer board where it allows you have these cards that as you put them on the board, you slide them up one tick at a time to spend that particular resource. But when you slide them up, it's sliding underneath a layer of cardboard.
They are cool boards.
Yeah, so it's just really, it's tactile, it's fun, it's neat, and so there's something to that when you're playing in person.
I think one of the fun things about the game is that when you're first starting play, so I'm going to lean into the Recruiter, for example. The Recruiter is one of the cards that's in your hand that allows you to choose another character from an available row at the base of the board that you can buy from. The character all the way to the left-hand most end of that board is free. The one next to him costs you a coin, and then it kind of continues upward from there. Well, when you use the Recruiter, you are given 1 coin to spend. You don't get to bank coins anywhere.
No.
So literally that first move, you're either taking the free guy or you're taking the one next to him, or you can maybe mitigate to get to the number 2 if you have a manta ray in your collection that's going to give you an additional coin. But you can't buy the 5.1. So that's kind of off limits at the start of the game. You could pull it off late in the game. That's possible. But the interesting part about this game is that all of the powers that the cards give you are pretty minimal at the start of the game. It's not until you start building those combos out through getting locations, whether you're either conquering them or buying them, you can start implementing those powers.
Yeah, the aspect of that where resources are never collected anywhere. Yeah. It's always just per turn. Is one of the interesting things about how that economy on your with your your own economy is kind of managed, and not a lot of games do that, right? Where all your resources are just kind of per turn.
Yeah, ephemeral resources.
Yeah, pretty much. And
if you see a location that you want to conquer and it's a 3 cost, and you don't have an ability to spend 3, it's off the table for you. Yeah.
Well, and the neat thing that another aspect that I like about how they manage getting new locations, we'll say, because the 2 types of cards in this game are character cards to build out your hand, and then location cards that you play to your player board that when you slot them in, you start ticking them up 1 tick at a time to trigger their resource and stuff. Those location cards can either be acquired by a military power or a coin power, not a power, a coin cost.
Purchasing.
Yeah. And so you can kind of build out certain turns to be heavy on the military, where you get a bunch of military, we'll call it resources, military strength to spend, or you can build out a turn to have lots of coin strength to spend, coin resource. But there'll be a location card out there that's 8 military, but 3 coins.
Yes.
Or 3 military, but 8 coins. And so it gives you multiple ways to kind of approach getting what you need in the game.
In that regard, it does remind me of previous game of the show candidate, Race for the Galaxy, because you have that military way to conquer some planets, and you have the money mechanism to conquer some planets.
And if you'll pardon the pun, I want to take a deeper dive into that location.
Because
when you start the game, I think you have 5 or 6 locations that you're choosing from.
Somewhere in that neighborhood,
but if my turn comes around and Dwayne and James and Emily have all either purchased or conquered a location, those don't replenish. I'm down to a depleted row that I'm choosing from. Now, there is another action in the game called scouting. And when you scout, you are basically advancing that row up into the discount row, where conquering them becomes a little bit easier. It's still the same cost if you buy the location, but conquering becomes easier. And then you replenish that row. So,
I would call it the bargain basement, except you're moving them up. So it's not really bad. The bargain attic? That doesn't sound like a thing.
You're also trying to figure out the timing of, okay, I really can't afford anything that's in that row right now. But if I do the scout, I'm opening up a whole bunch more options for the rest of the players as well.
Did this, besides Race for the Galaxy, did this bring to mind any other game? Because I've got one that it reminds me of a lot, and that is Concordia.
Yeah.
It feels like the first... I played this before I ever played Concordia, and when Concordia was first set up, I was like, I already get this. This is Aquatica, but like ancient or mid-ages
Yeah, so it's usually the other way around.
Europe.
The way you use the cards for actions, for sure.
Concordia's been out a little longer.
Yeah. So what Dwayne's referring to is, and honestly, a very similar mechanic to this. You might have played this one as well, as Spice Road, Century Spice Road. Or
Still have not played that one.
Golem Edition. But
on my list. Need to play it.
That blows my mind.
It's similar. There's a slight difference in that. So I'll describe both Aquatica and Concordia. You start off with a hand of cards, and each of these cards does a unique thing. When you play out this card, that card is played. You don't get to play it again until a reset happens. So you're going to play through your hand of cards.
One of your cards allows you to do that.
Well, the card, you decide when your reset is based on the reset card in your hand.
So you'll play out these cards one by one, and eventually, whenever you want, one of your cards in your hand that is always in your hand is a thing that triggers that reset. You can one of the most efficient ways to play these types of games is you're kind of trying to, play out all the cards you can before having to do that.
Absolutely.
Because it's not that it's a waste of a turn, but it's definitely, reset turns aren't as effective. So you have this hand of cards that there is a market of cards you're slowly adding to that hand, but eventually you'll play this one card that resets everything. When it resets, certain things happen, and you pull all your cards back up, and you get to do it again, including all the new cards you acquired. Both Aquatica and Concordia are like that. The unique thing in Century Spice Road or Century Golem Edition is you're playing out the cards in your hand, but there isn't a card that triggers that reset. You just choose when you want to reset. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's the same general idea.
I got you.
But the biggest thing between these two is that there's an actual card that you play out that says, nope, I'm going to reset. I get a couple of things here, there, and then everything starts over again.
Can I tell you how my short-term memory screwed up my game of Aquatica that we played?
I'm going to say yes. So,
what
or else
happened,
it's going to be a
JK?
short episode.
So Aquatica has a very simple methodology for figuring out when the game ends. Every game that you are playing, there are 4 scoring achievements that you are trying to complete. And when you complete one of them, you have these little extra tokens that are called manta rays that give you bonuses throughout the game. You simply take one of your manta rays and put it up on the scoring goal and note when you've achieved it. When one player completes all 4 scoring goals, game ends. It's over at that point. I know that after we had decided we were going to play Aquatica, we had even discussed, do we play the basic scoring rules or are we doing the advanced ones? And we had all agreed we're going to do one of the advanced ones. And when we started playing, I never even bothered looking at the scoring goals.
I was wondering why I was all by myself up there.
I can speak to that to some regard, James, because having played Aquatica twice in the past with you, I was like, I remember this game. I did not remember
That's how I felt. That's exactly how I felt. And so it took me getting onto a computer. I was like, I need the tool tips. Like, what is this like 1/4 inch icon on my phone? And then when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, no wonder James has like 2 of these already.
we were at least halfway through the game before I realized the scoring objectives that I was chasing were not even in existence.
Oh,
if I was a more competitive player, I would have taken a moment once I realized I didn't remember the rules of the game and looked at the rules.
Y'all's boards as I was playing. I'm just trying to figure out what are they going for.
Who was making the biggest?
Like, they're not going for anything.
Yeah.
These people are playing a completely different game than I am, and that's true because
we were just enjoying clicking buttons. Honestly,
I do like buttons.
The game does give you some bonus chips where once you have kind of played the basic game and you're tired of those scoring objectives, you can modify them however you want. And for whatever reason, that never crossed my mind. So
that's hysterical.
I had all 5 locations covered, and I'm like, why can't I place my manta up there? I should be able to do this.
Because that's what, like, I went for scoring locations a lot. I was like, I just remember that being a big deal in the last game we had played in person. And so I kept doing that until I remembered the, like, objectives. So I felt like I fared okay because of that strategy.
I feel like we've had some fairly glowing things to say about Aquatica. Does anybody have any negative feedback on the game?
I will say this as someone who owns the game, I've got one of the 2 available expansions as well. If you buy the game, those scoring objectives for that are printed on the board that are the base level ones are pretty easy.
They're super easy.
What I have found is I enjoy the game, but I hate playing with those base level objectives because the game ends so quickly.
Very fast.
So let me ask you this, JK. When you play with brand new players, do you start with the base game or is it too simple and you go ahead and throw stuff? Okay, so you go ahead and bump it up.
Yeah, I'll usually mix in a couple of the additional scoring objectives, maybe keep a couple of the easier ones too. But it goes really, really quick.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, I don't really have, honestly, it's one of my favorite games because it works. There's nothing too complicated about it.
Yeah.
And you can have very gratifying turns. That is a great word for that.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean when you say that.
Because it gets the engine building dopamine hit. It scratches that part of the brain for sure.
But the cool thing about this is that the engine you build is a turn-by-turn engine.
Yes.
It's the weirdest thing because
you're not hoarding resources.
Because that's what, like,
you
with
don't get
Gizmos,
to use the location's power time after time
Exactly.
again. As you start to work it up, you're just basically depleting its usage.
So, an example of this could be at max you can have 5 location cards on your player board at one time. And so picture 5 cards. The simplest way to describe it is 5 cards, each of them with 5 bullet points on the card going from top to bottom.
So that's 25 bullet points
25
with you
bullet
so
points.
far.
And each of these cards is in its own slot. And on your turn, you take your main action, which is to play a card from your hand. And that main action is, let's just say to go conquer a location. Well, that location requires 8 military. Well, I have this one manta ray that gives me 2 military. I need 6 more. Well, this one card I can push up for 1 bullet point, get 3 military. This other card I'm going to push up for a bullet point and get 4 more military. So I have all the military I need. So I get that card, but 3 of my other cards have bullet points on them where this one allows me to push it up and then push up another card. So I'm going to push up this other card, which then lets me get a card from my discard pile and play it out. And then I'm going to tuck up this other bullet point 1 more space to get another bonus. You can have these awesome
this card
turns.
allows me to score one of the cards. So now I've got a spot where I can put the card that I'm trying to get in the first place.
Yeah, and so that's what you're trying to get to, this place where on your turn, all you're doing is playing a card. But then all your free actions is ticking up all these cards, these bullet points to get all these free actions. And so you can build to this really big turn, and then you take a breath, and your next turn is maybe a couple of things. But you can build this engine for 1 or 2 big uses, and then you pause and rebuild, and the ebb and flow is just really fun.
And I know we've talked about this. We're trying to wrap up this segment, but man, playing this, the physical copy of this, those player boards are fantastic.
They really are. I agree. Yep. So let's go back to our play. How did the scores shake out?
So I think it's pretty obvious that James won.
He did. As the Aquatica expert who was playing by the rules.
But once I realized what was going on, I locked in pretty well. And
how'd you turn out for you?
Second place.
Second place.
By
so you
a
get to
considerable amount.
Under the old rules.
I know.
But we did away with those.
So we have continued on with this new season. We are just going to go in rotation and choose the game. And I think because
But hold on, JK. We're only halfway through. First, second, where'd you land?
That's why I'm moving on.
Okay. So let me go ahead and brag on my 3rd place position.
Because of our new system, we are simply going in rotation, and Emily is up next. So, Emily, what are we going to be playing on our next show?
Do we want to rate this one before we reveal the new one?
Guess. I'm keeping it.
I was about to say, I think it's fair to say we're all keeping it
JK,
to play.
This is not Nom. This is the Gleeful Meeple podcast. We have rules.
For me, it is a keep it to play. I actually own both expansions as well, and while they are great, they do add some complexity and some time to the game. But if you get the base game and like it, I do recommend getting the expansions. Okay. There's 2 of them out now. I don't know that it needs more. It's a lot of content.
Yeah.
So, but worth it if you want to dive deeper.
Yeah. Keep it to play for me. It was great.
It's a keeper for me.
Yeah, same here. It is something that I've played a few times in the past, and I was really glad when I heard it was the game of the show. I'm like, I'm ready to play this game again, and having the opportunity, I would keep it to play.
All right, so now we can reveal the new game of the show.
Let's do it.
So, I'm sure that'll sound great.
There's a helicopter.
There a helicopter?
That was a weird sound. Yeah.
Get to the chopper.
But
Wait, aren't you a drummer? Can you not do a drum roll for us?
It's loud on the microphone.
Okay, fair
Hold
enough.
on.
Fair enough. Oh,
he's also our editor, and he can just
My God,
plug it
that
in.
chest is so tight, James. Well done.
Emily, what are we playing?
Compliment me more, Dwayne.
Because of our new format, I wanted to play around a little bit and pick a 2-player game. So the game I have chosen is Sky Team.
Oh.
Are you only going to play with one of us?
No, here's the kicker.
Okay.
I've already planned out. We're going to do 3 rounds, basically, so all of us get a chance to play with the rest of us.
All right.
Ooh.
So it'll really show us
Okay.
who we get along well with on the show.
Yeah, so
All
whoever
right.
is the most successful is the strongest duo.
All right. Oh, I'm excited. Sky Team. Sky Team. It's the Sky Team. Something I'm familiar
heard a
with.
lot
That
about it.
I'm
Haven't played it yet.
excited
Yeah.
to play with y'all.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, Gleeples. Well, if you have any comments you'd like to share with us about, well, we talked a lot
Aquatica?
about games already.
Role-playing
Aquatica,
games?
Sky Team, role-playing games, what
Your
have you.
favorite role-playing
Yeah.
game moment.
Honestly, you know what? I say this, I mean, I kind of say if you have any comments about this, but honestly, if you just have comments about board gaming in general, please drop us a line. That email is oh my God, I have forgotten it's been so long. Not only were we on a break, I was on an extended break. Somebody take it. Gleeful Meeple at pod at Gleeful Meeple. Okay, hold on. Drop us a line at pod@gleefulmeeple.com. It's amazing how many times.
So I think we've talked about RPGs and board games enough that it's time to play a game on air. No, not a one-shot. We already did that. A game about games. This week,
Oh my God, it's my turn.
Dwayne has brought us something to play.
I had this prepped a few weeks ago and have been waiting because I knew it was coming where I would be face to face with you all. And I just wanted to see the pain of agony on James and Emily's face when I said, that's right, everybody. We are going back. And once again, we are playing Culture Smash.
Oh, no.
I love this game
If
so
you
much.
are-
I don't love this game.
If you
so
are
much.
new
This is so stressful.
If you are new to Culture Smash, the rules of Culture Smash are really kind of simple in
Here,
theory.
actually, I got it. Me and Adam are a team.
You know, I actually thought about
Your
doing that.
culture brain, my board game brain.
I actually thought about do we want to do it that way? Because that was actually an idea I had. Do we want to do
No,
okay.
go on as
All right.
planned.
All right. So here is the deal. I am going to describe a scenario, and at the end, the answer is going to be the name of a board game plus something from pop culture. It might and will probably be movies or TVs, music, all kinds of things.
Would you like to give your example scenario?
Would
Do you
I
still have that one?
love to give an example scenario as long as Emily or James can give me a minute to go back to an old one? I have it pulled up here somewhere. One moment, please. Adam, for example, if I said learn about the dangers of capitalism on the streets of Atlantic City as seen through the eyes of the alleged assassin of JFK, the answer I'm looking for is Monopoly Harvey Oswald. Monopoly being the game set in Atlantic City, and Lee Harvey Oswald being the air quotes alleged assassin of JFK.
I believe I played this last time I was on and was surprisingly bad at it.
Probably so, because I
All
do
right, no
love
teams, no teams.
no teams, no teams, no teams. All right,
I might have been
James
overly
is like, I take
confident.
that back.
all right,
Emily,
Jake.
team. Let's do this.
All right, so I'm going to go in whatever order I have this written down. I
Okay.
did specifically write questions for players. If you are not able to give the question that I give you, we're going to go around the table and see who can get it first.
All right.
All right, JK, we're going to start with you. Strategically play 12 cards face down around the clock and plan your post-apocalyptic reading list. You lose if your glasses break.
Give me that one more time.
Yeah. Strategically play 12 cards face down around the clock to plan your post-apocalyptic reading list. You lose if your glasses break.
Oh, I got the game.
I got the show. You sure you don't want to team up?
Oh my god!
I've got the show.
Okay.
Oh, I have the game.
It's not too
Oh,
late to be teammates.
dang it! I don't have the show.
I don't know that I know the game.
You do.
Oh.
Dang.
Dang, I wish I was your lover.
I wish I was your teammate.
I'm going to have to pass.
Okay. Now, I will say this. If you all want to work together just in order to defeat JK, you'll have to decide where the points go.
There's
But
no guarantee I'm going to win this.
I feel like this is like
I'd be
a.
happy to take a half point if you want to.
I was about to say this feels like a Moonrakers negotiation.
Adam,
It's like
Adam, what do you have?
I got the show. I
have
have no
the
idea
game.
what the game is. You want a half point?
I'm allowed. I'm fine with this.
You want to do a half point? I'll do a half point.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Take time.
Twilight Zone
Take Twilight Zone.
is the show.
Yeah, so it'd be
Oh, are you looking for the name of the episode?
Yeah.
No.
This is, I will go ahead and
I don't
say,
think you know it either.
you do have the show correct, but
Yes.
this does involve the name of this very famous Twilight Zone
time something. It's gotta be
episode.
time
I
something.
think I know the episode.
Or take.
It's the
time.
last man on Earth.
I don't know that. I don't know.
What did you
Twilight
say?
Zone.
Take time?
It's Take Time is the game.
Oh, take time. There's time now is the line. There's time now.
So close.
I
You're
know.
so close.
Oh man. So the
I feel better because I did not know the game at all. So
did you
You're
know
aware
the,
of
do you
it,
know the
though.
name of the
I-
episode?
I think I know it.
do you
I'm
want
not
do you want to help them out?
No.
Well, now we're teaming up. We get half point each. Come on, JK.
Yeah, that was the
I'll do.
deal.
I listen. I will play whatever game you all want to with this. Do you all
wanna
want? Do
play
you
a
want to
game?
split points?
Everything's made up and the rules don't matter.
That's right.
Emily
Whose
has,
game is it anyway?
Emily hasn't guessed yet.
I
I'm
don't
not
think
gonna
he
help
actually
out.
knows
Oh,
the
no,
name
I
of the
knew
show.
nothing.
Emily's like absolutely not.
think
But
the
you
problem-
you had the name of the game, right?
No, because
Okay.
I wasn't expecting you to be thinking of Take Time, given our last.
We just talked about it the
I
other
know
night.
we
Is it
did.
Time.
Take Time away.
I don't know Twilight Zone stuff.
So it's one of the most famous Twilight
Yep,
Zone episodes.
absolutely.
For no points, I'll try it.
Okay.
Go for it.
Is it Take Time Out of Mind?
You're on the right track.
Oh man,
The answer I was looking for was take time enough at last.
enough
yeah.
at last. Is that the name of the
Jeez.
episode?
Time enough at last is the name of the episode.
Wow.
If, you have, if you've never watched an episode of the classic Twilight
It's a
Zone,
good
that
start.
is
What
the
a
episode.
brutal
Watch
start.
Burgess Meredith.
Burgess Meredith plays a guy who wants nothing to do but read, but his life is so busy.
He
that
reads the back of a ketchup bottle.
Yes.
That's how
Yep.
much
He's
he
so
wants to
devoted
read.
He just wants to read. And nuclear
War happens.
war happens.
Yeah.
And so
He's in the bank vault reading
Yes.
because that's
Yep.
what he does on his breaks.
He's the survivor that now has a library worth of books that he has
The
time
library
to read,
survived. The book survived.
but he breaks his
He
glasses.
breaks his glasses.
yeah, he has months. He has months and months of books planned. January, February. He gets,
time now.
Oh, that's very clever.
all right, Adam. We're gonna
It's a really good episode.
We're gonna move along to you. There's no killer in this scenario for the solo board game. Winona just has to survive an 18-month stay in a 1960s psych ward. You may want to work with your other teammates because JK is already giving me the V for victory over there.
I know the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the show or movie.
Can you read it again?
Yep. There's no killer in this scenario for the solo board game. Winona just has to survive an 18-month
Winona?
stay in a 1960s psych ward.
I think I know this.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I have no idea. I've got to pass. I'm sorry. I know
He's-
the game.
We're passing to James.
Surprisingly, I don't know the pop culture references.
I know the game.
Is it Final Girl Interrupted?
It is Final Girl Interrupted.
I'm leaving. That's it. I'm out, guys. That's it.
All right. Well, James, oddly enough, we are on to you.
Oh, I'm back.
All right,
I'm
you're
back.
back. All right, James. Control one of 17 unique factions vying for galactic domination by humorously correcting slightly incorrect facts.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
You've got it.
No.
Twilight Imperium, actually.
Yeah.
Twilight Imperium, actually is right.
But I had
Great job, James. James is up 2 points
I
versus
realized
0 to
he was
everyone
gonna
else.
join on the and
All
I
right,
was like,
Emily, that means
goodness.
we're around to you. You
Oh,
ready?
here we go.
Oh, DD, You've been cloned by your mad scientist little brother, and you need to run around shifting paths in a maze race to collect various treasure-shaped candy. Whoever collects all of their candy first and returns to their home space wins in this latest entry of this long-running family game series.
Oh,
that was a lot. Do you want me to go through it again?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, Dee Dee, you've been cloned by your mad scientist little brother, and you need to move around shifting paths of the maze in a race to collect various treasure-shaped candy. Whoever collects all of their candy first and returns to his home space wins in the latest entry of this long-running family game series.
I know the show.
Okay. You want to give anybody a hint or pass it around? You and JK may want to work together on this one.
JK, what's the game?
I don't know the game.
I'm trying to. Yeah, that's the
I think
tough thing.
I've got the pop culture. I don't have
You
the
said
game
it's
yet.
a childhood, long-running,
Family
Long-running family game series.
I've got
with
the show.
treasure-shaped candy.
I'm going to tell you that the treasure shape, the candy is specifically, the candy is a show reference because Dee Dee loved her candy on the show.
Oh,
Like collecting it, returning back to
Collecting
home.
treasure and returning
Oh.
It's a pickup
no.
delivery game, I guess.
Is this a game? Like, is the connection in like the subtitle of the game?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, so it's not that game. Because you talk about a game where you go out, collect something, come back. I know that game. And so that's what I'm stuck on.
Yeah, my brain just went there too.
All right, are we going to have to pass around the table?
I think we're going to have to
All right,
pass.
JK, you got any ideas?
Did you have the game?
No.
You just, okay. Give me one more run through.
Oh, Dee Dee, you've been cloned by your mad scientist little brother, and you need to run around the shifting paths of the maze in a race to collect various treasure-shaped candy. Whoever collects all of their candy first and returns to his home space wins in the latest entry of this long-running family game series.
I have a guess. I don't know that this is going to be right, but it's the best thing I can come up
Let's
with.
go.
So I'm going to go with Dexter's Labyrinth.
Dexter's Labyrinth is correct.
Wow.
Labyrinth started its
Wow.
life years ago in the 80s as the amazing Labyrinth. It has been published
Okay.
under several different IPs in the last few years. And if I'm reading BGG right, we have a
There's a new
legacy,
version.
like a
Yeah.
legacy version of it coming out, I think.
I don't know if it's legacy per se, but
All right.
it is a very high quality game found crowdfunding version.
The game is not great. Has anybody else played this here?
No.
It's a game.
It's a game, right? That's right.
Yeah, it's a picture a bunch of 3D printed walls where you're building a labyrinth out and having to go through it, but with modern day board gaming deluxe goodness.
All right, JK. As I said earlier, I did kind of tailor these questions to some degree to the players, so good luck. It's Guy Fawkes night, and you'll need to defend your area of South London by enclosing the board with Tetris-shaped pieces.
It's Guy Fawkes night. All right, so I feel like I get the pop culture reference there.
Now let me ask you, Dwayne, for JK's sake,
Yeah, go on.
the way in which you present this,
Right.
is it always
No. I already know what you're going to ask, and the answer is it always like game and then
Right,
move?
yeah.
No, I kind of go back and forth.
Okay, so even if the way you wrote the
Yeah.
clue would make it sound like the board game is at the end, it could be where the board game is
It could
first.
be.
Okay.
This one might be a little difficult so I will say in this case it is pretty much the way that I said it is the way you want to think about it. It's Guy Fawkes night, and you'll want to defend your area of South London by enclosing the board with Tetris-shaped pieces.
JK is just
Defending my area of South London.
Yeah, there you go. Does the Tetris-shaped pieces help
Not at all.
you get the
What-
game?
no, because at first I went Blockus.
I know. That's what I was thinking of.
Would it help you if I told you that this game shows up fairly regularly at Gleeful Meeple events?
Well, so does Blockus.
So, yeah,
So I don't know if that helped me.
yeah.
I didn't say it didn't help you.
Do,
Oh, well, no, I mean, think about that, though. I mean, that should, with the first clue, that should help get you there. I don't know what the answer is, but that should definitely.
Do you get it?
Well, in my
I get the clue.
Yeah, in my head.
I know how the pop cultural reference ends.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I know how it ends.
Well, I have
South London. That's specific geographically,
You're
right?
giving me eyes like you expect me to know this, and no. In my head, I know where I have an answer for where he's going with Guy Fawkes Night, and I have an answer for where I think the pop culture game is, or the game is. Those two don't connect in any way for.
Hey, JK, you know how there's a very famous movie that's a lot about Guy Fawkes?
Yeah.
It's not that movie.
Oh, well, then okay, so I'm going to say then, I'm going to change my answer, and I'm going to pivot to Attack the Blockus.
So, Attack the Blockus is correct.
Wow.
V was for Blockus.
And this is my opportunity to give a shout out to the wonderful film Attack the Block,
is
which
really
is
good,
about
yes.
a group of young
Wow.
London hoodlums who must defend their block from alien invaders.
Invasion? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
crazy.
it Jodie Whittaker, Doctor Who, is in it, and so is Nick Frost from the Cornetto trilogy.
Yes.
It is a wonderful 87 minutes in and out kind of film.
Is it also...
I was gonna say 87 be too old
the
for a
guy,
lot of those.
Is the guy from Get Out in that as well?
Oh man, I think maybe.
need to-
We're gonna let JK look at that while Adam has to deal with this next one.
Deal with.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
edge
Adam.
my seat in anticipation.
Draft your caballeros into your food court and subsequently move them onto the board to help seize control of regions of the mall while fending off zombie attacks from the outside.
Are you proud of yourself?
I'm extremely proud of
Dwayne's
myself on this
smiling
one.
a
This one is near and dear to my heart.
I think I have the movie. Can you read it again?
Yeah. Draft your caballeros into your food court.
Caballeros?
Caballeros. That's what I said, I think.
Continue.
Draft your
Caballeros.
into your food court and subsequently move them onto the board to help seize control of regions of the mall while fending off zombie attacks from the outside.
Adam, I can give you half a point if you give me half a point.
Oh, I like the negotiations that are going on.
Because I'm pretty sure I have the game.
Well, now I'm worried I'm wrong. So hold on, let me think about this for a second. Do I have a timer?
No, but in a much more realistic way, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
In the magic world of
So,
podcast editing.
I'm trying to. Okay,
No.
give it to me one last time.
Yeah. Draft your caballeros into your food court and subsequently move them onto the board to help seize control of regions of the mall while fending off zombie attacks from the outside.
Would Dwayne reference a game he doesn't like?
Yes, because he did take time.
Oh, you don't like Take Time?
It's fine. I'd like it more if there were time enough at last.
Nice.
Thank you.
I'm torn.
Because I think I know the game, but I'm not getting a pop culture off of this.
Same.
Well, there's 2 or 3 movies that it could be
Like
that I'm
food
thinking
court.
of.
I have to go back to
Zombies.
JK is not getting the pop culture reference off this because I thought the pop culture reference was the easy part of this one.
Oh, I have an idea.
I
Okay.
think I know what it is.
All right.
But I'm afraid I'm wrong. And if you tell me the game,
Yeah.
then it's going to give it away, probably.
Okay.
Maybe.
Let's take a go.
I also have an idea for
'Cause-
both. So
So if we get this wrong together, James gets to take a
Well,
guess.
Possibly.
I should go
right.
first.
That's
since
what I'm thinking of.
Since I have an idea of.
Well, it's Adam's turn.
I
Yeah,
know.
I'm gonna say
I
Adam
could
first.
pass.
Again,
and
I'm
let
cool.
him
I'm cool
fumble it.
playing with the rules a bit if you want to pass because you could pass, send it to James, and if he gets wrong, you and Emily can work together.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I know what caballeros means.
The entertainment
I think
value
that helps.
The
but I
entertainment
also am
value is
afraid I'm
more.
being wrong.
All
That
right.
throws me off a little bit.
All right,
I'm
James.
probably wrong.
Are you passing to James?
Yes.
Let
James,
him,
give
let
it a
him
go.
fumble.
I think I'm wrong.
Okay.
Night of the Dead of Winter.
You are on a smoking track, but that is not quite correct.
Oh.
All right, so we're going to go to Emily, and Emily may or may not grab Adam for his
That
help.
is the movie I was originally thinking.
Which one? Night of the Dead? Is that a movie?
So there's Night of the Living Dead.
Yep. Yes,
Oh.
there is that.
Is that really it?
Is that
Did
the movie?
Did I really miss it from Living?
Huh? Oh no, absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
I'm just confirming that Night of the Living Dead is in fact
a movie.
film.
I don't remember which one the mall is.
Oh my goodness,
like,
that's so important
it's
to
like
this.
the third or fifth one in the
That is
series.
neither one of those facts are true, but
It's the 47th installment of this.
also incorrect.
Is the game El Grande
The game is El Grande.
at the mall or something?
Oh,
Day of the Living Dead.
actually, Dwayne realized he
Dwayne
made a
screwed
mistake.
this up.
All of a
Dwayne
sudden.
This is not El Grande.
This has
Day- El
almost
Grande of the Living
never
Dead.
happened.
And JK's reaping the benefits of this now.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was Dawn of the Dead that happens at the mall. I was so happy about my cleverness. So you were right; it was the third one. So
You were going for El Grande
Day
of the Dead,
of course,
which does not
and
take place in a mall.
I know, and that is 100% on me because I love Dawn of the Dead, and I was just overcome
like
with
I
my
get points for that,
cleverness.
for getting
you know
your
what?
movie right.
We'll work this out in post. I'll fix that. I've got to wait. We'll try to get this back.
That makes sense. Caballeros, I was
Does
going
that
like,
mean I get a new
so
question
angry.
because that was
Well, and that's
wrong?
what was throwing me off is because
I
when he
know.
said the food court, I
Yeah.
went Dawn of the Dead, but then I'm like,
El-
it's clearly referencing El Grande,
right.
which
The
he hates.
food court
Right,
thing was so
right.
clever too because
Was.
you get them into your court. All right, well we'll work this out, or maybe we just leave it
I
in
was like
because
Great Western Trail. No, that doesn't make sense.
Dwayne makes a
Wax
mistake.
of the Dead.
Dwayne makes
you
a
gotta back
mistake so rarely on this show. We should absolutely keep in when he gets things. Okay, so anyway, we'll figure that out scoring wise in the long run. But James,
Incredible.
we'll move on to you. Adam, I'm sure I can find one for you. I'll come back to you. James, this is your question.
I love this game.
You're an up-and-coming musician dreaming of making it big with your band. Over the next few months, you'll rehearse, play gigs, write songs, and promote your band in your subcompact crossover SUV, People's Car.
I think I have the game,
Okay?
but the reference.
Oh.
It's one of two games. I think it's this one. If it's in order, that's where I'm having a hard time.
If you weren't in the lead, I would let you know.
Yeah,
but,
I know. Hold
but you're
on.
in the lead, so no hits.
Can you say it one more time?
Sure thing. You're an up-and-coming musician dreaming of making it big with your band. Over the next few months, you'll rehearse, play gigs, write songs, and promote your band in your subcompact crossover SUV, People's Car.
Yeah, it's the car that I'm. Shoot.
I know the
James,
car.
what do you do for a living again?
I know. That's terrible. Oh my goodness. I help people be good with people. Dwayne.
That's
Has
fair.
nothing to do with cars.
It has nothing to do, nothing to do with cars. All right.
Absolutely nothing.
I feel like I can give you a hint about the car. It kind of we've referenced earlier.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I don't know the car. I know the game.
I'll give you half a point if you give me half a point.
How do I not know this car?
I think it's a game that three of us at this table have played together.
Yes. I hope. Oh, hold on. Yes. Yes, that's accurate.
Yes.
That's accurate.
Yes. Does People's Car help at all?
It's not the rolling right.
Okay.
That you know.
Dwayne, it helps me.
Okay.
Yeah, the people's car, like the Toyota Camry,
No.
the Honda Accord.
No.
It's a very literal clue.
If you weren't in the lead, I would give you a hint. That's hilarious.
Oh, it's a very literal clue.
It is.
Oh,
I get the clue now.
Okay. Okay.
What's the game?
Emily's like, go ahead and give me
but I
help,
don't-
James.
The people's car. I get the people. I get like
I get the people, but do
Rock.
I get the car?
the Rock Hard 1977.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that your answer or are you just saying things?
That's my answer.
Okay.
I know it's the Rock is the people's champion. I get it, but
Okay. That's interesting. I like where you're going
it's
there.
an interesting take.
Okay.
However, no.
You're leaving off just a little bit.
okay, I'll let it go. I don't.
and this is one of those, if you didn't get everything,
the
you
Rock Hard
1977.
1977 making a band.
I need just a little bit more. Emily, what do you have?
Rock Hard 1977 Volkswagen.
You're on the right track, but you're leaving out an important part.
VWS.
I will say the thing that everyone's kind of missing on this is the subcompact crossover SUV.
Oh, so I was incorrect in my clue.
JK, any ideas?
I can't think of a car that has rock in it. But
You're on the wrong.
I feel like
You're
it's
on
a
the wrong
1977 something.
Rock Hard 1977 Volkswagen Passat.
Oh, JK, you got it. Is what I would say if you were correct, but you're not. Adam, any ideas?
1977 doesn't match with anything.
You're on the wrong end of that.
I know. I know, yeah. So it's got to be hard rock. So hard. I'm going to be so mad at you, Dwayne. I don't know what this is.
You should be.
Rock.
And I have to say, this, much like the Pokemon question last time, I wrote this question specifically for you. It's like, I think James can get this one.
I got
It
it.
can't be the Roll and
Is the
Write that
car
you like,
after-
right? Roll and Write records, right? That's
I'm
going to
say School of Rock Hard 1977.
That is a really
Is
good
it?
one.
I know
like
what
Dwayne?
that is
I know what you're on.
Dwayne,
All right.
hard. What?
Yeah,
matches?
what you got,
is
Emily?
it that letter?
It is that letter.
Yeah.
Did you look this up
I
on the
did look
Googles?
it up.
Yeah, I figured.
I didn't know this
you know
car
it now?
existed.
Is it a Touareg?
No, that's
not Touareg.
forgetting in my mind.
It is
Actually,
a-
I thought a Touareg.
So, you all, the Volkswagen came up. Volkswagen is
It's
the
the
maker.
people's car. It's how it translates.
That is correct.
Wagon for the folks.
Their subcompact crossover SUV
Is called
the
the T-Rock.
T-Rock.
T-Rock
So
Hard 19.
I was
Yeah.
looking
What?
for.
That's
I was looking for
insane.
Volkswagen.
That
That's
does
literally
not
the
exist
first
in the
time
U.S.
Literally the
You
first
are
time I've
right.
ever
It
heard.
does not exist in the U.S.
Dwayne.
That's the first time I've ever heard of that car.
So
Yeah.
the most correct answer would have been the Volkswagen T-Rock
Jeez.
Hard.
That is not a U.S. release car, Dwayne.
Some car enthusiast board gamer listening to our
I don't know if
podcast.
cars know that. That's something.
In Mallrats, they reference the
Give
back of a
him
Volkswagen
give him
Beetle.
1/4 of a point, please.
Listeners in Germany don't feel offended by James's rage there at the lack of a T-Rock in our country.
All right, Emily. This
Dwayne.
one is for you. Captain Sandy and her crew will organize expeditions and build houses underground as well as on the surface.
That's it.
That's it. That's what you get.
say that again.
Captain Sandy and her crew will organize expeditions and build houses underground as well as on the surface.
I think I got the game, but I don't.
I am wildly bewildered that you got the game first before the show.
Okay, then that's wrong. Probably. Captain Sandy.
Does Captain Sandy mean anything to you? Mm-mm. This is wild because I know that I've watched this show at your house.
Oh.
Oh, well, I had an idea, but that would be odd if it's the show I thought it was.
Building houses. Okay. Because I'm going to keep this moving. My first guess was Welcome to, and so I would say Welcome to The Simpsons.
Welcome to The Simpsons?
Yeah.
That is not it.
I know.
JK, any ideas?
No guess.
Okay, Adam, any ideas?
Welcome to the Real Housewives of Suburbia.
That is something
Yeah,
amazing.
I have absolutely no
I
idea.
kind of want to give you points just for putting those things
Creativity, I'm here
together,
for it.
but JK says I can't.
Welcome to the Magic School Bus.
No.
I don't know why.
So the show I was looking for was Below Deck.
You have not watched this at my house.
I 100% have.
Not with me.
I didn't say that. Why are you going to build that scarecrow against me?
The answer here would be above and below deck.
Above and Below Deck is what I was looking for.
I see.
Wait, what was the game?
Above and
Above and
below.
Below.
Oh, I've never heard of that game.
Ryan Lockett game.
Yeah, it's a Ryan Lockett game.
I thought these were tailored to us.
They were, and I bailed it based on the fact that I have
You
watched
watched
Below
Below
Deck
Deck
at your house.
Don't
We'll have to
worry,
get-
he messed up the Dead series.
We'll have to get. Yeah, I messed that one up hard. I was like I said, I thought it was so much
Distracted from
fun.
the fact.
All right, Adam, I'm going to try to fix this on the fly, and I'll see how I can do it
By skipping JK.
All right,
You're
Adam.
fixing it by skipping me?
Well, yeah, because you had your chance.
Oh.
I only wait. Did I mess up yours or
No, it's
Adam's?
my turn now, though.
No, but I messed up Adam,
That's
so I'm
yes.
going to give him a
All right,
second
all right.
chance.
And then we'll come back to you, JK.
All
That's
right.
I'm being slighted.
And I have to negotiate this one very carefully. Adam, in this game, you play Tom Cruise while his parents are out of town and trying to take over the world. This is what happens when I come up with this on the fly.
Oh God.
Risk business?
It's close enough. I'm going to give it to you. I was looking for risky business.
Well, Risky Business is the movie.
It is
Risk
the movie.
Is the game.
Risk is the game. It just flows very nicely. Like I
Yeah,
said.
well, then it's just naming the movie.
Well, this is what happens. I had to do it on the fly.
What we're learning here is that Dwayne is out of options at this point.
Oh no, I've got some stuff in the hole. I just
Okay.
haven't
He just
created.
takes months to plan.
Oh my god! You know these are kind of hard to do.
I feel like that's like I just need to give our special guest a point. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, I'm just really disappointed
point.
that I boffed the Dawn of the Dead one so hard.
Don't worry, I'll hold it against you for as long as we know each other.
So it looks like final score: James and JK are tied with 2 points.
Yeah.
Good job, buddy.
Hey,
You did
man.
well. Adam had 1 point. Emily gets the goose egg
Emily's
this
here.
time.
I'm here.
All right. Hey, thanks for playing, everybody. I always enjoy this one.
No tiebreaker?
Did you hear the last question?
I thought you would have had it ready.
Yes. The tiebreaker is
Yes.
grab the steins of dice.
And hold them for as long as you can.
Are we done for the day, guys?
I think that might be a
Sure.
JK.
Oh, man.
right.
We better be.
Thanks, everybody, for listening today. We appreciate your patience as we talked about RPGs, Aquatica, and went through that monster of a game with Dwayne. We want to thank our sponsor. Now, when you are shopping for your friends or family for gifts, and you have somebody that just has everything,
Hickory Farms?
everything, you can't come up with anything to get them.
A Hot Wheels?
Log?
Have you thought about a warming foot massager, a shiatsu dome, a cordless massage gun, a heated backrest? All of these are available at the store that is the cutting edge of them all.
Sky Mall?
Sharper Image.
Oh, wow.
Sharper Image, when you want to hit the mall and find something quirky that nobody has on their list. That's Sharper Image, the science of self-care. Thanks for listening, everybody. If you want to try and contact us, you can email us at pod@gleefulmeeple.com or
That's
find
it.
us at Instagram at itpod. And then I got the Instagram one at Gleeful Meeple Pod. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye,
Bye,
everybody.
Gleeples.
Okay, good night.